Hello class 10, welcome to history lecture. Today we will continue with our third chapter where we will the spread of western education. So we see that before the company had done anything, the British government had done anything for the spread of western education in India, the individuals had taken a lot of steps for spread of western education in India or for the spread of education in India. So the company, the English East India Company or the British government initially had not taken any step and were not interested in the spread of western education or education in India. So initially what we see, the entire matter was taken up by the missionaries and individuals. The missionaries take upon themselves the task of spreading education because they had some motive, they had the evangelical motive, that is to spread Christianity. And most of the Christian scriptures were written in English. For this reason, the missionaries wanted to spread English education among the Indian people, which will make it easier for them to convert the Indian people into Christianity. So for this reason, we see that the missionaries took the initiative to spread Christianity. And some philanthropic individuals were there who also took their initiative to spread education or to spread Western education among the Indian people for the development of education and knowledge. So first thing that happened, we see that in 1781, we see that Warren Hastings founded the Calcutta Madrasa. Calcutta Madrasa was established by Warren Hastings, which was a great step forward towards the higher education for the Muslim, and this was the it showed the way to others. And also we see that in 1784 the Asiatic Society was established, and Asiatic Society, there we see that it became a center for research, and this helped in the research on Indian language and Indian culture. So this Calcutta Madrasa by Warren Hastings was followed by the Asiatic Society of William Jones. Then next we see that after this, in 1792, the Sanskrit College was established, and this Benares Sanskrit College was established by Jonathan Duncan for spread of education especially among the Hindus. It was a Hindu Sanskrit college, so it was an initiative by Jonathan Duncan to spread education among the higher education among the Hindus. So these were the important steps that were taken by individuals in 1800. We see that the Fort William, which is very important, Fort William was established, and there we see that this Fort William became a center for spreading education about Indian language and Indian culture and custom among the British civilian, so that the British civilian can get their knowledge in Indian custom and Indian culture, and also so that they can learn about this to get their civil service examination in India. So this Fort William College was established in 1800 especially for giving or imparting education in Indian culture, Indian language and Indian custom. So this was very important, and all these were individual attempts. So individuals are taking their attempts to spread education through these institutes. Then we will see that in 1813 the Charter Act was passed. This was the first attempt by the British government. The Charter Act of 1813 is very important because in this Charter Act, for the first time we see that the British government had taken any step for spread of Western education in India, for spread of education in general, we can say, because in this Charter Act it was said that 1 lakh rupees would be granted for the spread of education in India. Now whether the education should be given in English language or Oriental language, that was not made clear. So there was a controversy during this time, but this is very important landmark, that is in 1813 we see that the Charter Act was passed by which 1 lakh rupees, a sum of 1 lakh rupees was set aside or granted for the purpose of education in India. But we see that this amount could not be used for long, because there was a controversy among the Indians themselves that whether the amount would be used for spread of Western education, for English education, or it would be spread for Oriental education. This controversy continued for long, and then in 1823 the GCPI was formed, General Committee of Public Instruction. It's very important. 1823 General Committee of Public Instruction was formed, and in this General Committee of Public Instruction we see that the controversy was discussed, which is known as the Anglicist Orientalist controversy. A group of Anglicists were there who were supporting that in India the education should be spread in Western language, Western science, Western history. This should be spread because Oriental knowledge the Indians already have. On the other hand, the Orientalists were there who were supporting spread of education in Oriental language, because they believe that the Indians has to start from their own language, otherwise they will not be able to grasp what they are learning. So Orientalists supported spread of education in Indian language, Sanskrit, Persian, all this language, whereas the Anglicists supported spread of education in English language, in Western language. So to sort this controversy, the GCPI, or the General Committee of Public Instruction, was formed, and the controversy continued till 1835, where we see that the Macaulay issued the Minute, which is known as the Macaulay's Minute. Macaulay's Minute was issued, and there what we see is that in 1835 Macaulay's Minute solved this Orientalist Anglicist controversy, and in the GCPI, this organ, the General Committee of Public Instructions, there we see the decision was taken by Macaulay that education would be spread in English language. Macaulay proposed that their main aim is to spread English education so that they can get a group of people to work under them. For this, Macaulay proposed that only this amount, which has been granted by the Charter Act of 1813, this 1 lakh rupees amount would be used for the spread of Western education in India. And there Macaulay announced another important thing, that is the downward filtration theory, by which he said that education should percolate downward. The affluent rich class should take the higher education, and they will teach in the lower level from their own initiative, and the government would not take any initiative to spread education in the primary level. This was the Macaulay's Minute, by which the problem was solved about the Anglicist Orientalist controversy, and it was decided that English education would be spread to the Indians. And with the Macaulay's Minute, to give effect to this, the first institution that came up was the Calcutta Medical College. In the same year, in 1835, the Calcutta Medical College came up based completely on Western science, and to train the people on Western medical science. So in 1844, another important decision was taken by Lord Hardinge's dispatch, which is known as, and there we see in Lord Hardinge's dispatch what happened is the decision was taken that those who are accepting Western education, or those who are taking Western education, they will be given opportunity for government job. So when Lord Hardinge through his dispatch linked government job with Western education, more and more people wanted to take Western education, because it was mentioned that those who have Western education, they will get government job. So this Hardinge's dispatch made Western education very much in demand, because everybody was seeking for government job, and it was said that only Western education, those who have, they will get better opportunity for government job. This was another landmark. After that, we see that in 1854, Charles Wood declared his Wood's dispatch, which is a very important decision. Wood's dispatch is Magna Carta. It's called as the Magna Carta of Western education in India. It is a landmark event in the spread of Western education in India, because from this time many changes were introduced. Because in the Wood's dispatch it was said that higher education will be developed, as well as the lower, that is primary level education, should also be introduced, and the government should take step not only for higher education, but the government should take steps for the spread of primary level education as well. So in this regard, what we see, Wood's dispatch announced the formation of 3 universities based on the model of London University. So based on the Wood's dispatch, we see that the Calcutta, Bombay and Madras 3 universities were set up completely based on the London University. And in these 3 universities, we see separate departments were established for different branch of studies like arts, science, commerce, for all different separate branch, literature, for all separate branches were established. And we see that it also took initiative for the development of primary education, and inspectors were appointed to check the spread and growth of education in the schools in the primary level. So this was the spread of education in India, spread of Western education in India by the British initiative. Thank you.